Hello, so welcome to in this video, friends. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the derivatives, means commodities and derivative markets. So what is commodity? Commodities are the goods which with the economic value. They are natural products which are produced and traded. They are usually raw materials for 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 processing. The broad types of commodities are as follows: agriculture commodities, foods and non-food crops; non-agriculture commodities, the metals, energy, poly, poly, polymer, etc. And others are cattle heads, processed food like uh, processed food like uh, juices and etc. So commodities are divided into broadly divided into the types. Commodities under the agriculture commodities and non-agriculture commodities and other commodities. Agriculture commodities are the commodities which are foods and non-food crops, and non-agriculture commodities are like material, energy, polymer, etc. Are the non-agriculture uh, commodities, and the others are the cattle heads and processing foods like juices and etc. Okay. So commodity are the goods with the economic value. They are the materials produced, are the natural produce with the uh produce and trades. Okay, they are usually raw materials. Okay, then further it is processed. Okay, so next we see the major commodities are the edible oil seeds like uh, edible oil seeds, as we see here: soya oil, crude, uh, crude palm oil, and etc. Okay. Next to the food grains like wheat, gr- grams, and many more. And next we see the bull bullion, and that are gold and silver. Okay. Bullion. Okay, next is material and energy. So in this, the natural gas, crude oil, props, zinc, aluminum, lead, zinc, nickel, and steams are the material and energy commodities. Next to the spices like spices, pepper, and sweet seed, and many more. Okay, next the fibers like cotton, jute, and etc. Next, others are the uh, seeds like castor seeds, gram seeds, and gra- gram, rubbers, and etc. Okay. Next, what are the commodities price risk? Okay, what is commodities price risk? So here we said that what are the major commodities, that is edible oils, seeds, next to food grains, uh, bullion, and material and energy, spices, fibrates, and other. So first one is edible oil, second one is food grains, lesser valuation, and material and non-material, sorry, energy and material, spices, fibers, and other are the laser commodities are. Next we see the what are the price commodities price risk. Commodities price risk is the price uncertainty that adware that that impacts the financial position of those both use and produce the commodities. For example, as a price of the steels, steel rise, these increase the cost of automobiles production, automobiles production, and can be negatively impact that producers profit margin. And similarly, the commodities price risk can be equally impact producers, producers of commodities, not just a user. If a crop is priced are low 1 year, a farmer may plant less of that crop if the price subsequently rise next year, then the farmer will miss out the potential profitability of crops. This is called as commodity prices. The factors that can be affected the commodities price include the political and regulatory changes, seasonal variations, weather and technology, and the market condition. So the the market, the commodities price risk. So in this, the commodities are the commodities price risk is the uncertainty. This is adversely impact the financial position of both the use and the producers of the use and produce of the commodity. For example, the here it has been given the two examples. For first one, the steel. The if the prices of the steel have been raised, then the production of the automobiles are also raised, and the all industries production price will be raised, and profit margin shrinks anyways, in that industry due to the rise in the commodity price of the steel which are used. Okay. Next is the another example. Similarly, the commodity is price risk can be equally impact the producer of a commodity, not just the user. In that case, the it has been given the price. If a price of a crop is low 1 year, then the farmer plants to less of that crop. If the price of the subsequently rise in next year, then the farmer will miss out the potential to the profitable crop. This is called as the uh, commodity prices. What are the factors that affect the commodity price risk? That are the political regulatory changes, and the seasonal variations, weather, technology, and conditions in the market are the factors which influence the price of the commodities. Okay, this uh, that influence that are the factors which are influence the factors which influence the commodities prices. Okay, next we see the risk faced by the various stakeholders. Various stakeholders faced many risks in the commodities trading, especially farmers such as price volatility and price risk. As we discuss commodities prices. Next, lack of quantity storage facility, which is warehousing. Next, need for the needs for the finance at the time of sowing or of the crop. There should be a need of the finance at the time of sowing of a crop. Dependency on these local middlemen and agents for the sale their crop. Okay. Next is small farmers hold no bargaining powers of few occupant or manipulation of the price at mandis. So in this mandis is the Hindi word. Mandis is the Hindi word mandi, which means the market. Okay, market. So in this they are saying the risk faced by the various stakeholders. So but the risk of risk of the price volatility. Okay, as we discussed, the commodities are fluctuations can impact the user and the producer both. Okay, next we learn that the lack of quantity storage. So there are the uh, there is no such a good uh, storage facilities for the farmers and the middlemen to store the food grains in a good way, which has been the one of the risk faced by the various stakeholders. ठीक है? Okay, next we see the need for the finance at the time of sowing of the crop. So when the uh, sowing of a crop done at that time, the finance is needed. Okay, next dependency on the local middleman and the agents for the selling of the crop. So the farmers are dependent on the local middlemen and the agents for their crop selling. Okay, which which aids the margin of the farmers by the middlemen and agents are um which margin is needed for the middleman and agents. Okay. So next is the small small farmers hold no bargaining power. As we know, the small farmers has not a power, not a good power to bargain with the middlemen or agents about their sales. Next, the manipulation of price at market. So there are some black marketing, illegal things are goes in the market to manipulate the commodities prices, like storing the supply, buying all the commodity of a particular commodity and storing in the warehouses and manipulating the prices, artificially increasing, which creates a less demand, less supply in the market and more demand in the market, and the prices are automatically raised. Okay. Next, uh, these are the risk faced by the various stakeholders. Next, we see how to protect against or to protect against the prices raised in the commodities. A producer. Next, how to protect against prices risk in the commodities. A producer of a commodity is at the risk of the price moving lower. Okay, so a producer of a commodity is at risk of a price moves a lower. Conveniently, a consumer of a commodity is at risk of the price moving higher. The producer and the consumer are the product can be particularly in the commodity. These derivatives exchange to the protect the against the adverse price movement. The process of protecting against the price financial losses or the price risk is called as hedging. Okay, a hedging will be is the grant a customer the supplier of a required commodity at a set of price, and a producer then known no price for the commodity output. Okay, so the as we know there is a risk of the price. So to avoid the price risk, the both consumer and producer use the hedging. Hedging is the producer and consumer uh, of a commodity can particularly in a commodity derivatives exchange to protect it against the adverse price movement. This process of protecting against the financial losses of price risk is called as hedging. Okay. So next, a hedging is a grant of a consumer to supply or in supply of a required commodities at a set of price, and the producer to know the price from the commodities output. Okay. Next, benefit of the commodity derivative exchange. Say, okay, so commodities derivative exchange offers the following benefits for the producer and the consumers of a commodities. Next, so see what are that benefits. So first benefit is the price discovery. Help the producer and the seller and the customer buyer, um, and also exporter the importer of a commodity to discover the price of a future date and help them to take an informated decision. Okay, so this help the price discovery is the benefit of the commodities derivative exchange. So in this, the producer, customer, and also the importer exporter to discover of the commodity to discover the price of the future date and help them to take an informed decision. So they predict the prices of the commodities, isn't it? What they would be in the future. So as they then they take the decision. Next, price risk management help hedging price risk or insurance against the advance advert price movement and loss. in profit margin. So this derivatives exchange of commodities helps the price risk management, helps the hedging price or an ensure against the adverse price movement, and logs its profit margin. Means they fix that the at particular date they will buy the commodity at so and so price. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, next the commodities derivative exchange. Next we talk about the derivatives commodities derivative exchange. Uh, Before we talked about the commodity derivative benefit, which are two. One is price discovery and another is the price risk management. Okay. Now we discuss about the commodities derivative exchange. A commodities derivative exchange is a organized, regulated market that facilitate the purchases and sales of the contract holds value and linked to the price of commodity. Wheat and barley, crude oil, gold, etc. Okay. Next, typically the buyers of those contracts agree to accept delivery of a commodity at a price on a future date, and similarly the seller agrees to deliver the that commodity at a particular price for future date. This is highly done by the um, manufacturing companies uh, Lay's and the companies Lay's and FMCG companies, highly done for the from the farmer. They do a contract that whatever happens, any fluctuations in the prices of the this commodity will either that price will be go up or down. The company will pay that farmer a particular so and so amount for the so and so period is written on, and that on that agreement or contract, you can say, is called as the derivative section. Okay. Next year they are given the, for example, in case of the agriculture um, commodities, the commodities derivative exchange helps the in reducing the price risk both for the farmers, see, for selling of the crops, and the consumers or buyers of the crop food producers, by helping them decision a price today. Example, the time of sowing or the time of the harvesting of a crop, for example, for the crop to be delivered in the future. The transaction is transaction in exchange is done through the commodities broker. The settlement of the contract to buy and sell is guaranteed by the commodities derivative exchange. Okay. So the transaction contract to buy and sell the is guaranteed by the commodities derivative exchange. Okay. Next, the trading rule. The trading rule and the procedure are to be recognized. The commodities derivative exchange and the commodities brokers are regulated by the SEBI, Central Securities Exchange Board of India, statutory body established under the SEBI Act 1992 in India. Majority commodities derivative exchange are follows. So in India, the commodities derivative exchange are come under the SEBI regulation. So in different country in different countries, there is different regulatory bodies. So you check your own what regulation body it is. Okay, in India it is the SEBI, and the SEBI is registered and is a statutory body, which is a government company. Okay, which is established under the SEBI Act in 1992. Okay. Next, we let's see what are the following majority commodity derivative exchanges are as follows. So, first, Commodity Exchange of India, which is MCX. MCX is the Multi Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Okay, so I suggest to skip the international viewers who are viewing this video outside the India to a particular time as showing in the screen. So you can see the rest content. Okay. So if you want a general idea, then you can see this. Okay. So yeah. So in for Indian viewers, the multi commodity exchange of India, which is MCX, multi commodity exchange of India, predominantly non-agricultural products like gold, silver, aluminium, copper, nickel, lead, zinc, and energy products like the crude oil and gases are traded on this exchange. So on this exchange in non on the MTX, which is Multi Commodity Exchange of India Limited, has been are traded these non-agricultural products like gold, silver, uh, gold, silver, aluminium, copper, nickel, lead, zinc as energy products like crude oil and the natural gases and etc. are traded on the MTX, which is Multi Commodities Exchange of India. Okay, next the National Commodity Derivatives Exchange, which is Natural Commodities Derivative Exchange, which is NCDEX. Okay, NCDEX, Natural Commodities Derivative Exchange, NCDEX. Okay. So in this, the NCDX. Okay, once the again see NCDX, which is National Commodities and Derivatives Exchange. Okay, NCDEX. Okay, in this predominantly, predominantly the agriculture products like pulse, cereals, sugars, and etc. are traded on this exchange. Okay, so on the NCDX, which is National Commodities Derivative Exchange, NCD, NPDEX are traded the predominantly the agriculture product like sugar, and etc. are traded on this. Okay, so these are exchanges, two exchanges regulated. Majority two major commodity exchange derivative exchange are in India, which is MTX, which is Multi Commodity Exchange, and next is NCDEX, which is National Commodities Derivative Exchange. Okay, next we move. Next these are the types. These are three. Okay. These are three types. Wait a second. Let's see what is this contract. These are the three types of contracts. Commodities, derivative, market. Those are forward contract, future contract, and options. Okay. So there are three types of contracts in the commodities derivative market. Those are the forward contracts, future contracts, and options. Okay, forward contracts is the agreement between the two parties to sell or buy a certain commodities at a fixed price in the future. This contract hedges the price risk of the buyer against the price fluctuation, and the seller can get this guarantee that a price for the produce at a specific date. Okay. So forward contracts are those contracts between the buyer and seller to purchase, buy and sell the product commodity at a particular date, future date, at a particular price, which which has the hedge, the it is this is a hedge of the risk for the against buyer's price fluctuation and the seller's price fluctuation. Okay. So next, forward contracts are traded over the control control while future contracts are the future contracts while the future contracts are traded on the commodities derivatives exchange. Okay. So are con forward contracts are traded over the counters. Okay. Forward contracts are traded on the counters. Okay. And whereas the future contracts are traded on the commodity derivatives exchange. Okay. So which we are talked about MCX and the N NCDAX, which is National Commodities Derivatives Exchange of India. Next to the MTX, which is Multi Commodities Derivatives Exchange. Okay. Next, the multi commodities derivatives exchange, correct? No, multi commodities exchange of India, MCX. Yes. Next is so future contracts. So as we know that now understand that the future contracts, the forward contracts are the are traded over the counters, uh and the future contracts are traded on the derivatives, commodities derivatives exchange. Forward contracts can be privately negotiated. Future contracts has to be stand standardized way of execution, and the transaction is granted by the clearing housing recognized commodities derivative exchange, minimize the risk of default on the settlement of the transaction. Okay, so next, for an example, if A has the machine that produce 10 bags of cotton, he machine has produced 10 bags of cotton, and he can secure that the agreement with B to sell the bags of at certain price after a year, in respectively of the price, irrespective of the price that is trading. This is called as the hedges or hedging the risk. Hedge the risk by securing the price, and we transact by the pre-booked and the price expected that these price would be go up in the near future, which would be benefit him. The payment and the delivery of an asset is made on the future date, tra- tra- treatment as the delivery date. The buyer in the future contract is known as the hold. Uh, the buyer in future contract is known to the holding a long position. The seller in the future contract is said to be have a short position. So, uh, if we say discuss, so as we know, long position and short position. Long position is the buy, and short position is the selling the particular ship. So, in the forward in the future contracts, the buyer will be the long position holder, and the seller will be the short position holder. If we need to sim, okay. So an option. Now we are talking about the option contract refers to the financial institution in instrument which gives the buyer of the option the right, but not the obligation to excuse the option at the predetermined date. At the predetermined price. Option contracts are two types as explained below. Call option, which is the call option, gives one right to buy the undealing securities. Put option gives one to right to sell the undealing security. Okay. An investor change the premium. Investor charge the premium when there is buy contract. On the expiry of the contract, gradually the transaction in the cash settlement, instead of the actual buying or selling of the undealing security, unlike in the cash market. Hence, the investors have find the futures and options, and the investors may find out the futures and options chapters of trading. However, risker, in the riskier, however, it is the riskier than the cash certain segment, because the futures and option is time dependent, and you cannot hold onto the contract till the desired time. Example, when as per EI, when the market is favorable to earn positive returns on the expiry of the contract, when even if you are cash settlement e contract, instead of taking a delivery, the charge is valued of the understanding, which will be either credited or debited to your account. Okay, next question. How how does a farmer do trading in the derivatives or commodities derivative markets? To deal with the so next we study about the how so now you studies about the what are the three types of in now only you studies about the what are the three types of the uh wait here what are the three types of the contracts in the commodities derivative market? Those are the forward contracts, future contracts, and the options. Okay. So now we see what now we see that uh, how does the farmer do trade in the derivatives market? To deals with the legal, logical, quantitative, quality requirement of the derivative market, farmer would have to form a society, trust, farmers producing organization, FCO, etc. To deal with the legal, logistic, quantity requirements of the derivatives market, farmers would have to form a society, trust or farmers producing organization, which is FPO, etc. So, so to trade the farmer should to deal with the legal and the law and logistic and quantity requirement of the derivatives market. The farmer need to open a form of would have to would have a form uh, would have a form of the society, trust, or farmers producing organization, which is FPO, which is farmers producing organizations. Okay, need to open. Next, collectively, they would have to deposit their goods in the warehousing of the exchange. Okay. Next, the quantity of produce for the purpose of standardization to the aside, checked and tested by the exchange recognized as assessor. Okay. So next the exchange would issue the warehousing receipt. Loan can be obtained from the bank against their receipt. Exchange assume responsibility for maintenance the quality of the produce for a certain period of time. The depository now have to time to check the price on the exchange at which they can profitably sell their produce. Okay. Now the depository now have time to check that the price on the exchange at which they can probably profitably sell the product. When the desired price is likely to be realized, the bid is placed at this exchange. Once the order matched with the purchaser bid, the trade is concluded. Nepo. Next, the farmer has to give the delivery to the exchange platform. The fund are given to the farmers up to his satisfactory delivery of the commodity. Next basis, now what are the do's and do nots for the investing trading in the securities market? Do's. First we check about the do's. Always consult at the always consult a SEBI registered investment advisor for your investments need in this securities market. Invest in these schemes and product dependence upon your investment objectives and the risk appetite. Instead on validate contact node confirmation memo of per your trade done within the hour 24 hours of the trade transaction. Keep track your profile portfolio in your DNet account on a regular basis. Read all the documents carefully before signing them. Next, you please carefully note all the charges, fees, brokerage that you are applicable on your account, and keep a record of the same. Keep a record of documents signed, account settlement, contact notes received, and payment made. Okay, next, periodically review the financial needs, goals, and they review the profile and ensure that the same possible is to achieve. Next, always check your transaction using the bank's channels. Example, no deals in Candex, no deal in um cash. Next, always keep your information up to date. Inform your stockbroker, DP, which is the depository participant, whenever there is a charge in your a change in your address or bank details or email ID or phone number, since the SMS card, SIM card now have up the further future of futures of future of getting portable to the different service providers. Investors may keep same mobile number attached with their respectively account. Mobile numbers is the key all important transaction. Avail nominee for facilitating of for your all investments. Multiple nominees are allowed in the Demat account. Okay. Next, examine and review your trading account periodically. Regularly check delivery. Regularly check delivery SMS and email over the exchange regarding trades done on the day. Regularly check monthly SMS and emails from the exchange regarding funds and the securities balance on the investors maintained with the trading members. Okay. So this this some details are from the SEBI's regulatory. As I said, you can check your own country's regulatory body of the securities exchange, which gives the accurate information to you. In this video, we have not talked about any investment advice, and this video is main purpose is only for the education, not for the investment advice. In this channel, I publish only videos which I learned, read about the investments and finance world. I am fascinated about the reading about the finance world. Okay. Next, we see about what does not don't in the securities market. So do not borrow any money for investment. This is the key fundamental principle I say in the investment. We never invest. We should not invest any money in the investments by taking borrowings. Okay, by borrowing money and investing in the securities market is a foolish thing. Okay, so don't do this. Okay, do not deal with the unregistered brokers over the under unregistered intermediaries. This is also good key points. Don't make investments decisions, and do not invest in the brokers. Do not make contracts with the brokers which are unregistered with our regulatory bodies. Next, do not pay more than we agree brokerage charges to the mm, intermediary. Yes, don't pay the more or more charges than the agreed by the broker in the contract. If they charge more, it is unethical. You can call, you can contact them and say about your charges, or if they not bill, you can say you can complain about the broker to the regulatory body. Okay, next, don't execute any document. Don't execute the any document with any intermediary without fully understanding its terms and conditions. Okay, Don't, okay. Next, don't sign any blank form and or ins, delivery inspection slip slips. Okay. So it is also important. Don't issue general power of authority, which is POA, which is general power authority, in the favor of the stockbroker or depository participant, excusing due to the due diligence by issuing a very specific one. If you want to issue a power of authority in case of disputes, while in case of dispute, filing return complaint to a intermediary, stock exchange SEBI, within our responsible time. Okay. Uh, SEBI, it is a SEBI. You in India, you can see which is your country is the regular stock exchange regulatory body. Okay. Or sorry, securities regulatory body. Okay. Next, DADA. Next, um, DABA trading. Dabba trading. Okay. It is a Dabba trading. Okay. Dabba trading is illegal. Yes, it is illegal. Even if it is appeared, then you are on saving on costs do not include in Dabba trading, as it offers no benefit of safety and guaranteed trading done on the stocks. Okay, next few only there remain. Exchanges Dabba trading is essentially informational trading. You in it Dabba trading is essentially informational trading, using cash that will take place among trading who bet on the stock price fluctuation. Next, do not reply on the market. Do not rely on the market, making your investment decision on hot tips. As a person who want to offload securities which may not be marketable, may be individually it is. This this means this means creating hot tips in also a illegal activity which should be reported to the SEBI. Again, SEBI, so you can see your own countries, different regulatory bodies. In India, it is SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. Next, never share your passport and per online accounts within anyone. Don't change your passport frequently. Okay, this is a good practice. Change your passports regularly. Okay, to keep your account safely. Okay, here it is saying, uh fall pad do not fall prey to Ponzi. Do not fall in the Ponzi schemes, unregistered chit funds, unregistered collective investment, or unregistered depository schemes. Okay. Next, don't forget to stack off banks space in the your KYC document. Okay, this is also important. Do not op, do not opt digital contract if you are not uh, primarily with the familiar with the computer. Okay. Do not opt for the digital contract if you are not familiar with the computer. Okay. This is also a good thing. It is what the video. This the information uh about the con the about this is the information about the commodities and derivatives exchange. So in this video, it is only my name is Lokesh Parkan signing off, and okay, bye bye, we meet in our next video.